guys, welcome back. Today's another talking video, so I'm sorry. But today we are going to be talking about life with ADHD. As you can see in my YouTube art, when you look at my channel, it's constant ADHD trip, I'm pretty sure. I'll put it right here or here, wherever. Like, I joke about it, you know, I say that it makes me funny. I have been diagnosed with it. I have been given medication for it. I've learned to accept it as a part of who I am. It's still got its struggles though, so I'm going to talk about that, like, kind of like the darker side of it, I guess, because it's not all fun and games. So I've got a handy dandy list. The first thing is, I can never focus on what I'm doing or what I'm saying. It sucks a lot because it's just like I'm trying to do one simple thing. Like, even when I'm filming, I can't even focus, even though I've been planning these. I plan my videos in advance so I could just kind of, like, you know, sit down, film, and just get it done. And even then, when I can't focus, it takes me a lot longer than I want it to. And then I'm like, I still have to edit this video, you know. And it's the same thing with, like, anything. I could be doing anything and I just can't focus, and it's so frustrating. Like, I could be reading a book and I've reread the sentence like 50 times. I'm not even exaggerating. It's like every little thing distracts me from what I'm trying to do. I'll be reading and somebody can breathe, boom, I have to restart whatever I was on, like, over page, whatever paragraph, sentence, word, doesn't matter. It could be anything. Like, everything distracts me. I get into these hyper tangents, I like to call them, where basically I'm really amped up, I'm talking really fast, I'm really excited, you know, I can't seem to calm myself down. You talk too fast. I get told this all the time, whether it's for presentations at school, whether it's by my grandparents. Sometimes my parents, they tell me I need to calm down. Just like, I'm doing too much up here that, like, I can't formulate it down here, so I'm just like, and, like, I've even been asked if, like, if I'm, like, part Latin or whatever because I talk so fast, and I'm just like, no, this is just me. I can't pay attention. I got too much going on in my head and I gotta get it all out before it's all gone, you know. When I am on hypertangents and I talk too fast or whatever, people can't keep up with me or they can't understand me. When I do get that way, I leave out details, and, like, in my head I can see where my points are connecting, but other people can't see that, and I always forget that they're not following along in my actual head. So it's like, you know, they're seeing this topic and then a whole random topic comes in over here, and then a whole different topic comes up and over here. It's a lot for people to try and keep up with me. I've been told that a counselor told me that she even had trouble keeping up with how I was trying to express myself and how I was feeling. So if your counselor can't understand you, it's you're out of luck. I get bored way too easily. It's a process. It could be anything. It could be my favorite show. I'll get bored within the first 15 minutes. Marvel movies. I'm the biggest advocate for Marvel movies and superheroes and everything. I'll still get bored watching the movie. I'll literally be, even with Spider-Man, I was like, man, when is the movie gonna end? Endgame, I knew it was 3 hours long, still got bored. Like, it doesn't make any sense, and I hate that I can't, like, enjoy the things that I'm doing just because my mind is ready to focus on something else. I forget things all the time. Somebody could tell me one thing, it's gone. It's gone within, like, the next, not even 30 seconds. Give it, like, 0.2 seconds. It's gone. It's over. It's frustrating for me and for other people. People are relying on me to do things, and I just can't, you know, keep the synapses going to remember to do it for these people. And so I hate to let people down, but it's really not my fault, but at the same time it is. Here's a good example of how ADHD is with forgetfulness. It's like you're a sim going into a room and then somebody cancels your action. That's how I am half the time, like, more than half the time. Like, I'll go do something and I completely forget what I was about to do right before I do it. So when I'm driving, I've almost been in so many accidents because of my ADHD, because I forget that I'm driving in the middle of driving. Like, foot on the gas, I'm on the highway, we going 80. How I forget that I'm driving, I don't know, but I start daydreaming and I zone out on my drives, like, a lot. Like, I'll suddenly step out of it, and it's like, how did I get here? Having your attention on too many things at once puts you into a panic. I've honestly gone into, like, a panic attack type mode because I'm trying to focus on too many things. And it could be, like, your basic thing, like, I don't know, going and hanging out with friends. But if there's, like, more than 3 people that I have to focus on, it starts to get too much for me. Like, I can't keep up with conversation. I can't keep up with the thoughts in my head. I can't keep up with processing. I can't keep up with breathing, blinking. It's just a whole thing, and I'm thinking about like a million different things at once, and it gets really, really, really overwhelming. When you're engaged in a conversation, you can't focus on what the person's trying to say to you. And I hate that, because like I really do like to pay attention to what people are trying to say to me. Like, regardless of what it is, you're still picking me to talk to about it, and I appreciate that, but my mind won't let me focus on you. So it's like, am I paying attention? Do I not care? And I do care. Paying attention in class is probably one of the biggest burdens I've ever had to deal with. In class, it's like, I can't. Like, I don't know what the teacher's trying to say to me, so I'm trying to process, but also take down the notes, and then also make sure that what I'm taking down isn't pointless information to be writing down. You know, it's like, to me, all the tiny little things that make up one task, it's so much. Completing a simple task takes you hours sometimes. I was writing a 1-page essay freshman year. It took me 8 hours. Like, I literally started it at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I didn't stop until like 10:30. How does it take you 8 hours to write a page about probably one of the simplest topics? I can't remember what it was, but I know it wasn't hard. Like, it really wasn't hard, and I just could not focus. You lose your train of thought so easily. Like, I'll be talking and then I trail off, and then I stare off into the distance. That's me losing my train of thought and completely forgetting out of what I was saying in the middle of saying it. I do it all the time. People look at me, they think it's funny because of my facial expression. You forget what someone said right after they said it. It's bro. Asking people to repeat themselves and watching them like visibly get angry for having to repeat themselves constantly, not a fun time. So like, if you don't set reminders or write things down, whatever information that was given to you, it's out the window. Like, it's gone. It's not coming back. There's no remembrance. And if I do remember it, it's gonna be like 2 months later. And I'm like, oh, I don't need this information now. Like, it was back then. It's over. It's done with. So like, when you're talking to people and you aren't able to pay attention, especially people who don't really know you, they start to think that you're being rude or you're completely uninterested in what they're talking about, and that's literally just not the case. It's just like, I can't pay attention, and I'm trying. Like, I'm physically trying, mentally trying, emotionally trying, and it's just not happening. So people like to tune me out when I'm talking because I tend to switch my subjects too fast and too often, and I get that it's tiring to try and keep up with me, but at the same time, to not be listening at all is just, it hurts sometimes. My life is full of some blank stares because I never know what's happening, because I've either zoned out and I didn't listen to what was happening, or I've already forgotten. So being around other people with ADHD highly triggers mine. So for me, the medication I was given was Adderall, and it has so many side effects that I didn't like, that I just got to the point of not wanting to take it anymore. People are always pointing out my short attention span. It's just like, I know I have ADHD. It's actually one of my disclaimers that I tell people as soon as I meet them, like, hey, by the way, I have ADHD. I've had people get mad at me for not being able to pay attention, even though it's just not my fault. I've had some moments where people just like don't take me seriously when I say that I have ADHD, and I guess it's because I'm an adult. Just because I'm an adult doesn't make it any invalid. For me, it causes me to have some sleep issues, so it just adds to my insomnia. I always find myself having to take a break from doing a simple activity, and it's because I just can't focus on it too long. So like, I have to like constantly step away from it, and it can even be listening to music. Sometimes that takes too much energy out of me. My eyes tend to dart around a lot because I'm just kind of like trying to find something to focus on, and like, because like once I have something to focus on, then I can kind of pay attention to what I actually need to pay attention to. I stutter a lot, as you guys have probably noticed in my videos. It's kind of a thing, and it's because my brain's just going like a mile a minute, and like my mouth can't keep up. So a lot of the time, I feel myself wanting to cry because ADHD can honestly be such a hindrance to me in my life. And like, just doing everyday tasks can take a lot of energy and a lot of need and control. I don't really know. Just like, it's like a lot of focus, and it's just, why am I like this? And I want to be able to do what I gotta do without having to overthink it so much. But lastly, the bad mental health with ADHD, and then also all my other issues that I'll probably make a video about at some point, it causes me to forget some like really important knowledge, and it's like, I feel like I've lost so much knowledge just because I can't focus. Okay guys, I hope this kind of like lets you in and kind of educates you on what somebody with ADHD could be dealing with. I know I'm not speaking for everybody, this is just me and my own personal experiences. But yeah, you know, it's not a fun time, but it can be turned into a fun time. You know, like, we're still funny, our facial expressions are they're pretty funny, I can't even lie. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's really hot. I'm gonna go. Okay, bye.